Today, we delve into uncharted territory as we unravel the mysteries surrounding what happens when a Sigma reaches the boiling point of fury. Prepare yourselves, for what lies ahead is not for the faint of heart. Brace for the revelation of the obvious things that occur when a Sigma is pushed beyond its limits. At first glance, Sigmas may appear composed, detached, and impervious to external disturbances. But make no mistake, beneath this facade lies a formidable force waiting to be unleashed. The first unmistakable sign that a Sigma is reaching the brink of fury is the chilling calmness that descends upon them. Like the calm before the storm, this eerie tranquility belies the tempest brewing within. But as the pressure mounts and frustrations escalate, this facade begins to crack, giving way to a torrent of raw emotion. The next obvious manifestation of a Sigma's wrath is their piercing gaze, capable of freezing even the most steadfast adversaries in their tracks. In this state of heightened agitation, rationality takes a back seat as instinctual impulses take control. Logic gives way to primal instincts, fueling a surge of adrenaline-fueled actions. But perhaps the most telling sign of a Sigma pushed to the brink is their unyielding determination to confront the source of their anger head-on. For when a Sigma is pushed to their limits, they become unstoppable forces of nature, relentlessly pursuing resolution until equilibrium is restored. Starting with number 12, silent withdrawal. Picture a serene lake at twilight, then imagine a ripple disrupting that tranquility. That's what anger does to a Sigma male's inner peace. It's a disturbance they'd rather avoid. So, what do they do when they're mad? They retreat into silence. This isn't your typical silent treatment, though. It's a step back, a strategic retreat to the fortress of solitude, where they can process their feelings without the noise of the outside world. As Sigma males are introverted by nature, they are no strangers to silence. In fact, they are good friends. Silence to them is not an empty space, but a sanctuary where they gather their thoughts and regain their equilibrium. It's crucial to understand that this silent withdrawal is not a sign of avoidance or escapism. It's a coping mechanism, a way for Sigma males to handle their anger in a healthy, non-destructive manner. Instead of lashing out or creating a scene, they choose to retreat, reflect, and respond when they're ready. This preference for solitude may seem odd to some, but for Sigma males, it's a part of who they are. It's their way of dealing with the world and its myriad challenges. So the next time you encounter a Sigma male who's gone quiet, remember, he's not sulking or brooding. He's simply retreated to his fortress. After all, silence is a Sigma's fortress when they are mad. Next up, number 11, intense focus. When the Sigma male faces a surge of anger, it doesn't burst out in a destructive rage. No, it's a different story entirely. This man harnesses his anger, channels it, transforming it into a powerful force of intense focus. Imagine a storm, a tempest of fury brewing within. Yet instead of allowing it to wreak havoc, the Sigma male becomes the eye of the storm, calm and focused amidst the chaos. He takes this raw energy, this uncontrolled emotion, and he tames it, bending it to his will. This intense focus then finds its way into his work, his hobbies, his passions. The Sigma male doesn't waste his anger, he uses it. He allows it to fuel his endeavors, to drive him forward, to push him to achieve greater heights. He knows that every emotion, even anger, can be a tool if used wisely. Does this mean that the Sigma male never loses control? That he never allows his anger to get the best of him? No. He is, after all, human. But what sets him apart is his ability to recognize his anger, to understand it, and to use it as a productive force rather than a destructive one. An angry Sigma male can be a force of nature, channeling their emotions into their passions. At number 10, we have detachment. Picture this. A situation arises that sparks fury in most, but for the Sigma male, it's a different story. Instead of allowing the heat of anger to consume him, he chooses a path of emotional distance. This detachment is not an act of apathy or indifference, but rather a strategic move to maintain inner tranquility. It's like walking through a storm with an invisible shield, deflecting the onslaught of emotions that threaten to disturb his peace. The Sigma male understands that anger, like any other emotion, is a visitor in the guest house of his mind. He acknowledges its presence, but never lets it overstay its welcome. This ability to detach comes from a deep understanding of self and the world around him. He knows that anger, although a natural response, rarely solves anything. It clouds judgment, fuels conflict, and often leads to regret. So instead of feeding the fire of fury, the Sigma male starves it with detachment. He takes a step back, breathes, and disengages from the situation. This emotional distancing allows him to view the situation from a broader perspective, making it easier to handle. It's like watching a play from the balcony seats, where the drama seems less intense and the character's follies less personal. For a Sigma male, detachment is a shield against the storm of anger. Coming in at number 9 is self-reflection. When the temperature rises and the storm of anger brews within a Sigma male, it doesn't explode into a hurricane of fury. Instead, it's channeled into a whirlwind of introspection, a deep dive into the caverns of the self. Sigma males, my friends, are the embodiment of introspection, the personification of self-analysis. They don't just react impulsively to their anger. They use it as a tool, a guiding light that illuminates the dark corners of their psyche. They dissect their emotions, peel back the layers of their reactions, and scrutinize their triggers under the magnifying glass of their mind. Picture this, a Sigma male, standing at the crossroads of anger and self-awareness. He doesn't just let the wave of fury wash over him, he surfs it. He rides it to the shores of self-understanding, using the energy of his anger to fuel his journey of self-discovery. It's like a game of chess, where every move is calculated, every outcome analyzed. But in this game, the Sigma male is both the chess master and the pawn. He's the player and the game, the question and the answer. So remember, when a Sigma male gets angry, it's not just a reaction, it's a revelation. It's not just a feeling, it's an exploration. And it's not just a moment, it's a journey that often leads them down the path of self-discovery. A Sigma male's anger often leads them down the path of self-discovery. At number 8, we find calculated responses. When a Sigma male is mad, his reaction is far from impulsive. Instead, he retreats into the realm of thought, a place where every potential outcome is analyzed and every word is carefully chosen. You see, a Sigma male understands the power of words and actions. He knows that once spoken or acted upon, they cannot be taken back. Therefore, he ensures that his responses, even when angry, are calculated and precise. He's not the type to let his emotions get the better of him, causing him to blurt out something he might regret. No, a Sigma male understands the art of control, the beauty of restraint. In the heat of anger, he might seem unusually quiet, even distant. But don't mistake his silence for passivity. Beneath the calm exterior, his mind is a whirlwind of activity, sifting through the tumult of his emotions, weighing his words, and planning his actions. He's not just reacting, he's strategizing, plotting the most effective way to express his displeasure, to resolve the issue at hand. So when a Sigma male is angry, don't expect a fiery outburst or a dramatic showdown. Expect a silence that is heavy with thought, a calmness that belies the storm within. An angry Sigma male may be silent, but rest assured, they are plotting their next move. Number 7 brings us to resistance to provocation. Now, we all know that the world can be a testing place, full of challenges and provocations that would set off even the calmest of individuals. But what sets Sigma males apart is their remarkable ability to resist these provocations, especially when they're angry. Picture a raging sea, a storm of emotions ready to burst forth. Yet, the Sigma male stands as a rock amidst these tumultuous waves. He doesn't give in to the bait of heated arguments or petty squabbles. No, he chooses to remain steadfast to keep his composure. This resistance to provocation is not a result of indifference or apathy. Quite the contrary, it's a testament to their discipline and self-control. They understand the power of their emotions and choose to harness it rather than let it dictate their actions. This isn't to say that they suppress their feelings. They feel, oh they do, but they do not let their emotions rule them. Sigma males have a keen sense of their inner world, a deep understanding of their emotional landscape. When anger rises, they don't let it sweep them off their feet. They acknowledge it, they address it, but they do not let it cloud their judgment. They know that anger, when left unchecked, can lead to regrettable decisions. So, when a Sigma male gets mad, he doesn't lash out or lose control. He remains rational, he remains composed. He doesn't let the storm within become the storm without. A Sigma male's anger does not cloud their judgment. They remain rational and in control. At number 6, we have avoidance of conflict. At this point, it's clear that Sigma males are a unique breed. They're not the type to throw a punch or engage in a shouting match when they're angry. No, they prefer to keep the peace, to navigate their way around the battlefield, rather than charging headlong into it. They are the masters of diffusing tension, of calming the storm before it even gets a chance to cause any damage. It's not that they fear conflict or confrontation. Far from it. It's simply that they understand the price of conflict and the toll it takes on everyone involved. Their preference for peaceful solutions doesn't mean they're pushovers. It just means they have the wisdom to know that there are better ways to resolve differences, ways that don't involve escalating tempers and harsh words. They would rather engage in a meaningful dialogue, find common ground, and work towards a mutually beneficial resolution. This approach to conflict is a testament to their maturity and emotional intelligence. They're not interested in proving who's right or wrong. They're more concerned with maintaining harmony and preserving relationships. In an age where conflict seems to be the order of the day, Sigma males stand out as the calm in the storm, the voice of reason amidst the chaos. Sigma males are peacekeepers, even when they are angry. Number 5 is all about emotional intelligence, a trait that may seem a bit surprising for those who view Sigma males as lone wolves. But here's the thing, their solitude doesn't equate to emotional ignorance, quite the contrary. It's their emotional intelligence that often serves as their guide when they're navigating the turbulent waters of anger. Sigma males have a keen understanding of their own emotions, an awareness that allows them to recognize when anger starts to bubble up. But it doesn't stop there. They also have the ability to manage these emotions, to keep their anger in check, preventing it from spiraling out of control. They don't suppress it, rather, they address it. They introspect, they understand the root cause, and they work on it. It's like a well-oiled machine of emotional self-regulation. However, it's not just about understanding and managing their own emotions. Sigma males possess an uncanny ability to empathize, to place themselves in someone else's shoes. They can understand different perspectives, even when they're in the throes of anger. This empathy acts as a buffer, tempering their reactions and ensuring they respond instead of react. You see, a Sigma male's emotional intelligence isn't just about self-awareness. It's about understanding others, about fostering connections, even if they choose to remain on the outskirts of the social sphere. Sigma males may be solitary, but they are emotionally savvy. Their emotional intelligence is a testament to their depth, their complexity, and their ability to manage anger in a healthy, productive manner. At number 4, we have non-aggression. When a Sigma male is mad, his reaction is not what you might expect. Instead of fiery outbursts or physical aggression, he opts for a more measured approach. You see, Sigma males are the embodiment of the saying, "Still waters run deep." Their anger doesn't erupt like a volcano. It's more like a deep undercurrent, powerful but controlled. They believe in the power of calm and constructive conversations, even in the face of anger. Rather than raising their voice or throwing a tantrum, they would rather sit down, talk it out, and find a solution. This is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to their maturity and emotional intelligence. Sigma males understand that aggression often leads to escalation, and escalation rarely leads to resolution. They know that in the heat of the moment, words can become weapons, and once unleashed, they can leave wounds that are hard to heal. So they choose their words carefully, ensuring they convey their feelings without causing unnecessary harm. They also understand that everyone has the right to be heard. So even when they're mad, they listen. They give the other person the space to express their feelings, and they try to understand their perspective. This doesn't mean they agree with everything said, but they respect the right of others to express their viewpoint. In a world that often equates aggression with power, Sigma males stand out by choosing dialogue over duel. They prove that it's possible to express anger without resorting to aggression, to be assertive without being abrasive. Sigma males turn anger into a dialogue, not a duel. Number 3 brings us to rationality. Now let's talk about one of the most admirable traits of a Sigma male, their ability to stay rational, even when they are angry. When the world seems to spin out of control, when emotions are running high, the Sigma male remains a beacon of rationality. He doesn't allow anger to cloud his judgment or dictate his actions. Instead, he takes a step back, assesses the situation, and makes decisions based on logic and objectivity. This doesn't mean that he suppresses his emotions. On the contrary, he acknowledges his anger, he understands it, but he doesn't let it control him. This is because he values rationality above all else. He knows that anger can lead to hasty decisions, to actions that might be regretted later, so he chooses to think before he acts. His ability to remain rational in the face of anger is a testament to his mental strength. It displays his ability to keep his emotions in check while focusing on the bigger picture. It's not about ignoring the anger, but about channeling it in a way that is constructive, not destructive. So the next time you see a Sigma male seemingly unfazed by anger, know that it's not indifference or apathy. It's rationality. It's the ability to stay calm, to think logically, and to make decisions based on reason, not emotion. An angry Sigma male is like a calm sea, still deep and reflective. At number 2, we find patience. Patience, they say, is a virtue, and it's one that Sigma males have in spades, especially when they are angry. Now, this isn't the kind of patience you might associate with waiting in line at a coffee shop. It's a deeper, more profound kind of patience. It's the patience that comes from understanding that time can be an ally, that waiting can bring clarity, and that rushing to react can often lead to regrettable outcomes. When a Sigma male is mad, he doesn't explode in a fit of rage or react impulsively. Instead, he exercises patience. He allows himself the space and time to process his feelings, to understand the root cause of his anger, and to decide on the best course of action. He knows that anger, like all emotions, is temporary, and that acting out in anger can often make a bad situation worse. You see, Sigma males understand that patience isn't about doing nothing. It's about waiting for the right moment to act. It's about knowing when to speak up and when to remain silent, when to confront and when to retreat. It's about understanding that every action has a reaction, and not all reactions are beneficial or necessary. This patience allows Sigma males to transform their anger into something more productive. Instead of lashing out, they choose to wait, to reflect, and to respond in a way that aligns with their values and goals. Sigma males transform anger into patience, waiting for the storm to pass. And finally, at number 1, self-control. At the pinnacle of the Sigma male's response to anger, we find a trait that is both admirable and distinctive: self-control. This is not merely about restraining a sudden outburst or suppressing a heated retort. It's about a complete mastery over one's emotions, a level of control that is as impressive as it is effective. When a Sigma male feels anger rising within, he does not let it take the driver's seat. Instead, he acknowledges it, examines it, and then decides on the best course of action. He won't allow himself to be swayed by the storm of emotions. He is like the captain of a ship, steering his vessel through the tumultuous waves with a steady hand and a clear mind. This self-control is not about denying or ignoring anger. It's about understanding it, managing it, and using it as a tool rather than becoming its victim. A Sigma male knows that anger, like any other emotion, is a part of the human experience. But he also knows that it's what we do with our anger that defines us. For a Sigma male, self-control is a form of power. It's the power to remain calm when others lose their cool, the power to think clearly when others are blinded by rage, the power to choose a rational response over an emotional reaction. Anger is not a wild beast for a Sigma male, but a force they know how to tame. So there you have it, the 12 obvious things that happen when a Sigma male gets mad. From the silent withdrawal to the intense focus, we explored the unique ways Sigma males react when they're upset. We learned about their tendency for detachment, self-reflection, and calculated responses. We saw their resistance to provocation, avoidance of conflict, and high emotional intelligence. We delved into their non-aggressive nature, rationality, patience, and impressive self-control. Each of these traits is like a puzzle piece, contributing to the complex picture of the Sigma male's reaction to anger. And while each Sigma male may express these traits differently, recognizing them can help us better understand and relate to these enigmatic individuals. Understanding a Sigma male's anger is like unlocking a mystery, a journey into the mind of one of the most enigmatic personality types. So the next time you encounter a Sigma male, remember these points and appreciate the depth and complexity of their character.